Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, it's Rafegal. Playing some more Final Fantasy IV. This is one of the first times I actually don't know exactly where I'm going. Looks like we might have Odin available, but I don't think we need it right now necessarily. So clearly, we've reclaimed our castle here. It's good to see you again, Captain. I mean, are we supposed to be going and getting Odin? I don't think we're supposed to be going and getting Odin. I'm pretty sure that's optional. I also think we're gonna get our butts kicked if we try to do that right now. So we're supposed to be finding SIDS, like engineers, to fix up the airship. I guess, is it over here? There we go. I think we're gonna wait just a little bit. I'm not sure if we can go back once we start down the Eblan tunnel, but once we have access to the surface, we're gonna do a bunch of side quests, and that will most likely be what we do. Even the Cave of Eblan, you can go pretty much anywhere. Even the Cave of Eblan by the Tower of Babel. Wow. He just tried to tell them that Sid died, and they just blew him off. This game is impressive sometimes. Okay. Do I have... I didn't keep a Thunderclaw. Whoops. I mean, that's okay. It's not like it's a huge deal, but... So I'm pretty sure this is where we're actually supposed to go be able to stop back at Mist for the first time. I could be wrong. Trying to think of what else, or if there's anything else on the side that we need to do, and I don't think there is, so I think we're just gonna head straight over to Eblan and pick up a 5th party member. So the hook lets us carry the hovercraft, and they specifically mentioned Eblan because that's where we need to go. By the way, here's the Tower of Babel. So we're gonna come back to Eblan in a moment here. But first, we're gonna go over here. I'm not actually gonna do any looting on the way down, just like I do in Randomizer, because I want to grab Edge first. But I'm not sure whether we can I'm not sure how this is gonna work, so let's just save. I'm hoping that it'll let us back out. Note. Heal Thunder. And we got Kiraga. Good. That's one of the things that I was really hoping to get soon. Okay, we're gonna stop worrying about these fights as much. Oh, humans. I think my favorite part of that isn't just that they were like, oh, you're humans, feel free to come in. It goes a step further than that, because it's saying, like, why would you stop a monster and be like, halt, who goes there? So I think we're gonna ditch the Medusa arrows. We're gonna keep the Flame Sword and Flame Lance because we might need it. We're gonna get a Green Beret. We can sell the Wizard's Hat. We can sell the Mithril Helm. We can probably get away with selling headbands at this point, I'd say. We've got our Rune Armlet, Black Bulky, Flame Mail. Probably sell the Silver Armlet. And I'm going to keep the Flame Shields because... Actually, are there any ice bosses left? I don't think there are. Like, there's stuff we're going to use ice against, but the Flame Shield's actually strong against ice, not fire. And we do have fire bosses left. Lots of them. Prominent fire bosses, even. Yes. And... yes. I'm not sure if elemental resistances stack. Okay, so there's our Black Robe. Technically boosts white magic, but so does the Sage's Surplus, so we'll go with the one that gives us better stats. That's not that big of a drop. Power Staff is physical attack, so it's not great. I think we're good on that one. Poison arrows are actually decent. Let's stack up. Let's buy a stack of those. Poison arrows are 30 attack, which are significantly higher than the other ones we've got. Okay, so we've got 10 slots here. We'll probably get rid of some of this coming up, but I think we're good for the time being. Prince went to scout ahead. The survivors are hiding inside. Where did that monster come from? How did they defeat our ninjutsu so easily? He's so brave. Also, we just picked up 2 regular potions. Those are gonna get used first. They're taking up one of the narrow slots in our inventory. Okay, so this place is pretty rough as far as... We should have stayed at the end. Oh well. We're gonna go ahead and just power through this the first time. I may just run away from a bunch of fights. This is a really flexible open area. And I don't actually want to start grinding, even though it's relatively a challenging area. I'm also kind of tempted to... Wow. That must be a holy element weapon. Okay. We're just gonna see if we can nuke this with an attack item. These attack items are going to not be worth much soon. Also, these bats are really annoying. I love how the reputation this game has is that the active time battle system made it way too easy. When this happens also. I'm fairly sure that the way it works is it was not just easy but unbalanced. I feel like economy of actions is a very important trait to it, where the several fast enemies are going to be really obnoxious, and one big enemy is going to just get wrecked. For those of you who are not aware, I don't remember how much I've explained it on this video. So, agility in the original game is really screwed up. They used a variation on the original NES Final Fantasy's system, which was basically to determine, or in that one it was to determine turn order, because it was every other, you actually took turns. So they tried to make this more dynamic system, and it has what are called, I believe they refer to them as ticks, which are every so many actions you take, or every so time progresses in this whatever value it is ticks, and whenever a character's speed value comes up, they get a turn. However, it's relative. And what I mean by that is it's not actually based on the exact speed. It takes the speed of Cecil and compares it to the enemy's speed to determine, and your other character's speed, to determine how many or how often they get to take actions. I should have attacked. That was dumb. So, agility, to make it do what they want, the agility scores in the original game are really weird. Because all of them are relative to Cecil instead of actual agility scores. In this game, instead of adjusting them to make sure that they do what they want in this system, they actually just kept it as is. So all of the agility scores are using the old system from the Final Fantasy IV game, which was using the same system as the original NES Final Fantasy. Well, not the original. I think it was using the same as 3, effectively. Or a modified version of it. I mean, it was really sophisticated for its time, but clearly this version of it should have actually been better. They should have adjusted it. They moved it to the Final Fantasy VI active time battle system, which is much more refined. But they also left the agility scores on every enemy the same. And the result is kind of weird. Because it's not how the agility system in this game was supposed to work. And that results in some things like, you know, enemies either not getting a turn or getting a lot of turns, and the adjustment between those two is very... This seems awful. So, oh. Rubicante, at last. Am I supposed to know who you are? I'm Edge, Prince of Eblan. Don't bother remembering the names of human countries. You will remember my country, or my country and my parents. So, here we have Edge, who is apparently using flame magic against the Archfiend of Flame. So, and actually, Rubicante there doing his spin move. I must say, I'm quite impressed. Continue training. I look forward to our next meeting. So, the running animation leading into Rubicante there. I have a really weird question. What is it with Final Fantasy characters and pants? We're after Rubicante too. Stay out of this, he's mine. You obviously don't know who you're up against. He's one of the 4 elemental archfiends. You think I'm some sissy prince? I'm the rightful heir to Throne of Eblan, famed for its ninjutsu for generations. Leave me alone, I can take care of myself. Stop it. Tella, Yang, Sid, they're all gone. Can't watch anyone else die. Hey, Rydia. Rubicante is the strongest of the 4 archfiends. The odds may be against us, but somehow we recover the crystals. Alright, I'll let you in on the action. Can't bear to see a pretty girl cry. You do not lack in confidence, at least. Rosa, give him a hand. Yeah, no, just a random little, like... I know FF6, that's one of the things that's always been weird to me is the costume for Celis, especially. The Imperial General, serious warrior woman who wears a leotard. And same goes for Rosa, same goes for Rydia. Apparently the same goes for Rubicante. Actually, we're gonna do... Let's toss a tent before we start heading down. I'm also going to double check Edge's armor to see if I can give him... Yeah, he can use the rune armlet, which is good. So he comes with a black pokey, a green beret. I guess wait, is Dancing Dagger seriously technically better than his starting weapons? I did not realize that. You can see there, Cat Claw's worse. He can equip the claws, but he can't, he's not going to get as much out of them as Yang. But he still gets the stat boost, which would be cool. Oh, that's the monster in a box? Seriously? Okay. I did not save going into this, so this is what we're doing. I can't remember what these guys drop. Oh, Earth Hammers, that's right. Blood Sword. Okay, Blood Sword's terrible. So I find that hilarious. Good news is we can loot on the way out. Well, do we want to loot on the way out, or do we want to just exit and get this rest of the stuff on the way in? No, let's loot on the way out. He said as he regretted his decision immediately. So the reason I wanted to do this before we did any of the other side stuff is because I wanted Edge as an additional character. Partially because he's going to give us XP. Like, genuinely, that is part of the reason. Is because I want I want him to level up. Part of it's also because I want him to contribute. Having one extra person is good. He's not nearly as good in this as he is in Randomizer. Rosa should be attacking. Mistakes were made. I am not doing a lot of these fights very efficiently. Gold Needle. We're actually just gonna do this. And I think I might actually see if I can just grab boomerangs for him for now. His defense is really low, and I feel like we're not actually getting much out of him by having him in the front line right now. That'll change. But That's not good. Apparently I need to buy Phoenix Stones badly as well. Sometimes I think this game just wants to spite me. I'm somewhat amused that one of the best chests to open in the randomizer, that Staleman chest, it's one of the few trap chests that actually gets used a lot, is so bad at this. Oh my god. Go away. Okay. So we're gonna go flame. Let's see how that does first. Gained a level. Nice. Got a shuriken. A lot of damage. I guess that was a crit, but that still seemed like a lot of damage for a back row attack from melee. Bomb core, which should be pretty good. High potion. That was a really long walk for a high potion. Awful. Oh my god. I hate this game. Okay, that looked pretty amazing, I'm just saying. So Edge is an interesting character to me. Boomerangs are lower attack, so never mind. And I guess we can get rid of this. Blood Sword is really weak. Yeah. Let's get some Phoenix Downs. Did not have Phoenix Downs here. Okay, let's get rid of that gold needle we picked up. Wherever it's floating around. And we're leaving the cave anyway, so... Wow. One step. So, I want to just make a quick offhand about Edge's steel. So first of all, you can see there, it has a neat mechanic where sometimes you will, if you fail, you don't just fail, you get caught by the enemy and take a little damage. Now it is negligible damage, but it's a cool premise that I wouldn't mind seeing. I wish it was a more useful skill to have that drawback. Oops. Vampire Fang. Another Shuriken and a Remedy. Okay. Which I'm assuming remedies are cure-all. Let's just ditch this. I'm trying to remember, that place didn't even have high potions. They probably do have Phoenix Downs though. We're gonna grab a couple more tents, but we don't want too many at this point. They take up inventory space, and we do have cottages, which are inherently better. Next up, we're gonna stop over at the Castle of Eblan. This is a little out of the way. I'm not actually sure what all is in here in the vanilla game. So we're gonna find out together. So there are 3 trap chests here. I don't know where they are in this version of the game. Alarm clock. Is that end sleep? Or is that different use? Yes, all allies from sleep. Okay, that's actually interesting. Okay. This is a really weird area in that everything is full of hidden passages. There's a monster in a box, okay. Actually, I think we took it out with one... I think this should finish it in one shot. We'll see. Got the Sleep Blade, which, is that better than what Cecil's got? Not even a little. Okay. So yeah, this is basically Castle of Hidden Passages. I mean, it's a ninja castle, what do you expect? But I really like the design on this area. I really like the fact that there is just a bunch of stuff here. It's kind of neat, and it's not something that you see in every game, especially with all the hidden passages. Like, I like the hidden passages, especially now that I know where most of them are. Let's see. Coral Whisker? Is that... okay, that is a straight... that is the coffin from the original game. I think this is... yeah, I think this is Fall Down the Hole. Eye Potion, Emergency Exit, Hermes Sandals, Eye Potion, Monster in a Box. There we go. There's the corals that were being referenced. I think we're actually going to do... this, because these enemies have nasty side effects that they can do. I mean, if it wasn't obvious by the fact that it's a special that instantly causes death randomly. Corals are dead. Oh boy, Blood Spear. So Blood Spear is like the Blood Sword, but worse. There's the third monster in a box, Mad Ogres. Caught by the enemy again? This is just getting annoying. Do better. If I'm remembering right, these guys are pretty much immune to regular magic. Now they hit pretty hard, but they're also... it is literally frozen in place. This is kind of what I was talking about with the useful abilities. Edge has tried stealing every round and has yet to actually succeed. Silver apples are good. That'll give a permanent boost to HP. So that takes our Rydia, makes her a little less squishy. So I'm not sure if that was actually worth it necessarily in the strictest sense, but like Bloodsword and Bloodlance are terrible. So from that perspective, it's probably not. But let's give this a shot here, I guess. Kind of like to wait until we've got a little bit better. You know what? No. Let's just do it. We're gonna try it. Like, at worst, we just load our save and come back later. Actually, let's try one more thing quick. I can't remember. I don't think Yang's claws are for sale anywhere. I'm kind of curious. This is going back to that Thunderclaw comment I made earlier. Actually, let's just real quick while we're here, clean out. We don't need Gold Needle, Maiden's Kiss. I mean, I guess Sleep Sword could be okay, but I don't feel like it's really worth it. The Bloodsword and Bloodlance are terrible. They lower all of your stats to balance it out. Hammer. I don't actually know if we can use the Gaia Hammer, but I feel like it's worth keeping. So just soup this. Those are mage arrows. So that's actually good. Resistant to ice. Not needed. I don't think there's any more ice enemies. If I'm forgetting something, that's my bad. Oh, bomb cores are... Yeah, we'll keep it. I don't know if we'll actually need it, but we'll keep it. I don't think we're going to be getting a Mute Dagger yet. If we... Now I'm kind of tempted to check, but I don't think we can get it. If it is somewhere underground, or on the way down underground, we'll probably... I have no idea where I'm going, by the way. These maps are a little weird. Okay. So Odin is weak to lightning. Which is why we did some of the equips. Which is why I made some of the choices with equipment that I did. I'm trying to remember. Did I already loot all the way down here? I think I did. Actually, it may not be. Yeah, we did. Cecil, Your Majesty. What? Well, that answers that. You can't go here until you've been to the Fame March. Okay. Well, I guess Dancing Dagger's better than what he's got, technically. Is there something else that I'm missing? I don't think so. Apparently these are magic-based, or Blood Feast is considered a magic-based attack. You can tell because Rydia is pretty much immune to magic attacks, unless they happen to be really hard-hitting. Okay. I think we're good on everything. Just so you know, this is mostly because I want Edge to have the options. He can take advantage of elemental affinities with those still. Remember how much damage Yang did to Dr. Luge? Edge can do that with his elemental claws. So that's kind of the intent there. Whew, okay. And I guess this is probably a good time to break. We technically didn't make a ton of progress, but at the same time we did a lot of exploration, we did a lot of side stuff. We'll pick back up next time, I think, with the other part of the Tower of Babel and heading back into the underground. Hopefully you're still enjoying. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. As always, have a good one.